Hey, everybody. Hey, Steeler Nation. Welcome to Ask MAKENZIE episode 11. So great to have everybody here today from sunny Florida. You guys, I'm not in California right now. I know me saying sunny Florida is weird coming from LA, but you guys, it's been raining in Los Angeles for a good 2.5 months. So as you can see, it's a little more refreshing being on the East Coast right now in Florida. But how is everybody doing today? I am so happy to be here. I'm so glad that we have so much to talk about in this off season because not gonna lie, I was a little scared with this off season, what the Pittsburgh Steelers were gonna do. In years past, maybe it was a little more exciting last year. Maybe it was a little bit more exciting, just because we didn't have Ben anymore. The whole what are we going to do with a quarterback situation made last offseason a lot more interesting when it comes to speculating. But now we have 1 year of our new quarterback under our belt. The whole question that it surrounds my mind right now is how are we going to continue to prosper and improve and thrive so we can get back to that Super Bowl champion Steelers team that we know is there deep down somewhere, ready to come back out and fight. So with that being said, hello everybody again. George, hello. Thank you for being here. Hey. How are you this evening? It is so good to be here, just to be able to let loose, relax, talk about Steelers. It's always a good day when you can talk about Steelers, and especially when there is new Steelers news. So last week, free agency started. The tampering period was huge. The first 2 days of the free agency tampering period, we got men. We picked up men. And then we continued to pick up even more men. And I'm over here sitting and thinking, just like looking at what we've done already this offseason and compared to what we've done in past off seasons, maybe. And I see how committed these coaches are to making the Steelers another Super Bowl champion winning team. And I highly believe that this is what's happening right now. So let's just go into it. Steelers Nation Australia is here. Hey, how are you? So good to have you here, Mark. Good day, mate. Good day, mate. How's it going in the down under? I don't know if that's a good Australian accent or what. But Jared Devil, thanks, dude. Thanks for being here too. I love how everyone is coming back every week, just pitching in as much as they can. But yeah, let's dive right in there. So we lost Cam Sutton. That was probably the biggest loss, I would say, that we've had since last week. And a lot of people were very hesitant to get excited about Patrick Peterson. But man, an 8-time Pro Bowler and a future Hall of Famer, how can you not get excited for that? I just think it's bonkers to even think that was a bad move when even talking to my dad, who's not even a Steelers fan, I told him we picked up Patrick Peterson. He's like, whoa, that's a pretty good move. So this kind of leads to my next point. You guys know, if you've heard me over the past few weeks, I really, really, really hope we draft Joey Porter Jr. first. 17, let's just bring him in. Let's just get him while we can to keep that legacy going in his family and even just for the Pittsburgh Steelers, because we all know when family members come to the Pittsburgh Steelers, they already know what it's like to be immersed in Steeler Nation. They know. And so that is where, I'm looking, okay, we got our vet in corner, okay? If we draft a corner, this corner will be able to look up to the 8-time Pro Bowler, future Hall of Famer. Why wouldn't you want to go with Joey Porter Jr. at 17? And that's where I'm starting to really see the pieces come together, and I'm really starting to see what the Steelers are doing and how motivated and committed they are to getting us back to a Super Bowl. Because you guys, at the end of the day, we can win as many games or lose as many games, get into the playoffs, but at the end of the day, it's about who can compete bear down and make it to the Super Bowl. Who has the best team put together? It's not about having a star player anymore. It's about having star players all around and having that depth to back them up. And so that is what I'm seeing the Pittsburgh Steelers do right now. I'm going to get back to some of your comments right now. Steelers Nation Australia says, it's not a golf course. Yes, it is, sir. We are on a golf course right now. This is where we're staying in beautiful Sarasota, Florida. So thank you for noticing. Yep. So yeah, lost Sutton, gained Peterson. I think this is a huge win for the Steelers from what you heard me say earlier. To be able to get a vet quarterback and then be committed to drafting a cornerback and getting that cornerback to really buy in. We talk about the vets on our team and how important they are, how important it is to have a Cam Hayward on our defense, how important it is to have somebody on our O-line that is a vet that can really help bring our offense and our weapons to life. Something that we haven't really seen that well in the past. So I think we can say that the Steelers, in regards to maybe a few of the positions we were questioning, are we going to be able to get this for next season? Are we able to find those missing pieces that we can get back to a winning champion team? So P2 is a great pickup, we say. Bring in anytime Pro Bowler, Steelers Nation. It's like NIT. It's like his knit 9. What? What do you mean, Mark? Anyways. Fire up, Mackenzie. That's what he says. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's continue on with the conversation when it comes to depth. Depth. Huge. So, TJ, Alex, go down. What do? We panic because we have no depth. Last season, we saw what it was like losing TJ. We lost Alex for a little bit. What in the heck are we going to do without them? That's why we get depth, right? So let's see. We just got Cole Holcomb, I think that's how you say his last name, Cole Holcomb and Elandon Roberts. You guys, how do you feel about these picks? Do you guys think that getting Cole Holcomb and Elandon Roberts adds to the depth that we need on defense? Because those men are vets. They have been around. Even maybe one of them hasn't been around as long as the other, but at the same time, we just picked up 2 linebackers who can contribute to our defense when a man goes down. We have that now. We couldn't say we had that last year, right? So Mark says, Steelers Nation Australia says, yeah, Holcomb and Roberts are dudes who can hit people. So this is what I'm talking about. We are adding the pieces to the puzzle that we need to be successful next season. So he says, both captains, exactly. How can you not get excited to see these people right now? Both bring leadership to the team. Jared Devil, great point you have right there. Seeing those guys get added on our defense makes me so excited, because we didn't have that last year, you guys. We didn't have those other veterans that we could use when we go, panic, what do we do without TJ? Panic, what do we do without Alex? It is one of those situations where you have to add the depth, and we did it. How do you guys feel? Are you happy? Do you think that we could have done better? Are you satisfied? Do you think that the draft is something that we really need to focus on now, and getting those young players to buy in with these vets that come on? Like I said, Joey Porter Jr. being able to learn from Patrick Peterson is going to be huge for him in his career. So what do you guys think? Steelers Nation Australia says, I legit think every move made in free agency was a good move and it made sense. Yes, this is what I'm saying. I've been saying this from the beginning when it comes to our coaches and Mike Tomlin and buying into the Steelers and who we are, getting back to where we need to be. This is huge. These moves that we've made in these past 2 weeks are probably some of the biggest moves I think that we've had in a very long time in the offseason. Yes, last year we did make some big moves, but that was because Ben was gone. We had so many more puzzle pieces we needed to figure out last season. And with getting George Pickens, getting Kenny Pickett, getting those other guys on our team to really buy in was just another piece of the puzzle that we need to get back to the Super Bowl. Steelers Nation Australia says, is there gators on the golf course? I don't know. I just got here today, but I will let you know if I do come across any. I think I hear birds. That's it. Jared Devil, this is another really good point that I'd like to hear what y'all think. Still waiting on that Bud Dupree signing. Now, do we think that's still going to happen? Because we know we've heard they are looking to possibly bring him back. There are talks, there are discussions about bringing Bud back. I made a really funny joke the other day, a funny comment about, buy Bush, bring back Bud. People thought I meant buy Bush Light, bring back Bud Light. I can see how that's confusion right there. However, I did mean to say goodbye, Devin Bush, and hello, Bud Dupree. So, everything is just happening as it should, I think, for the Steelers. And what Mark said earlier, I think every move that we've made so far in free agency was a good move, and it has made sense. So let's talk about offense now, what we've gained on offense. We got, how do you pronounce his last name? Is it Sumalo? Sumalo. Isaac Sumalo. Is that how you pronounce his name? I'll figure that out eventually. I apologize, Isaac, if I am pronouncing your name incorrectly, but I'm so glad that we have you on our team now. So we get Isaac and we have Nate. Those are going to be the picket fence. The fence that goes up to protect Kenny, is what we like to call it, right? This is what it's going to be. Our O-line is going to be what I call the picket fence, because we cannot let anybody attack our quarterback. I think it is imperative more than ever that we need to protect Kenny after last year's his concussions that he had. We saw what happened to Tua. We don't want that to happen. We need to protect Kenny, build a picket fence. We get Isaac, we get Nate, two dogs, huge, huge men that will be very, very, very beneficial to our O-line next year. So I don't know about y'all, but I am so happy with those moves. Getting two linebackers and then two guards, you guys. Hello, it's like Christmas right now in my head. Like getting all of these weapons that we so desperately needed. I think we are doing what we need to do. What's up, Yins? What's up, girl? How you doing, Pittsburgh Toddy? So good to see you. So glad to have you back here. Everyone says hi to Toddy. George says hi, Toddy. Jared Devil says Seumalo. Seumalo. Okay, so Isaac Seumalo. Okay, good to know. Seumalo. Everyone says hi, Toddy. Toddy, what's up, girl? What do you think about the moves that we've made so far in free agency? Are you satisfied? Do you think that this is a great direction that the Pittsburgh Steelers are headed? Because personally, I'm getting pretty excited. Pretty excited for next season. George says, I like picket line better. You don't dare cross the picket line. I like that. We can use that too. Picket line, picket fence, all the same. Protect Kenny. We just got to protect Kenny. And this is a very optimistic offseason, as I like to say. Optimistic because we can be optimistic in what's to come next season. We didn't have these guys last year. We didn't have this depth last year. A lot of the people that we had last year, we don't have them anymore. If we don't have them anymore, it's because they weren't working out for us. And because the coaches knew what is needed to continue to build this team. So the men that we've got so far, just by looking, gets me super, super excited, because the men that we got in free agency is going to set up for how we draft. So next pivot into my next topic is the draft, you guys. How important is it to continue to draft corner, linebacker, guard, even wide receiver, in the wide receiver position? What do you think is the most important position that we need to tackle when we get to the draft? Because right now, if we can be in a position to have veterans lead these new guys, I think that will be the key to having a long-term success down the road in the given years in the Kenny Pickett era. Because we all know this is Kenny's time. This is Kenny's era. Ben went to what, three Super Bowl appearances in 5 years? That's because he had that depth there when he came in, right? But who's to say that we can't continue to build that depth so Kenny can at least get to a Super Bowl in the next 3 years, you guys? Is that out of the question? Do you think it's out of the question to say that we could get Kenny to a Super Bowl in 3 years? I just pulled that out of the blue. Just a thought. But I'm curious because it's interesting to think about how dedicated and how great it was to have Ben and his, when we had Ben, and seeing how excited we were about the future of Ben. And now it's like, we see Kenny, we see his potential, we see what we're doing right now to build Kenny into that, put him in that position so he can continue to go to Super Bowls, get Super Bowl experience, because we all know what an inexperienced Super Bowl team is like. We saw the Bengals, saw them lose to the Rams because of their inexperience when it comes to Super Bowl. So Super Bowl experience goes a long way these days. You saw the Chiefs, saw what they did. These are the teams that we have to start getting up to their level, So what do y'all think? Jared Devil says a picket fence has holes. Man, you're right. You got me there. We don't need holes. Well, maybe if we can create holes for running backs, maybe. What do you think about that one? Let's see. All right. Jared Devil says cornerback or D-line. You think that those are going to be our biggest targets in the draft, right? Big Al says, I hope they draft LT out of Ohio State. We saw that Mike Tomlin was with Ohio State players. He went to dinner with them. That would be cool. That would be really cool. What are you saying right here? KPA MVP. Already? I got tackled through a picket fence once. Had to get a tetanus shot. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope that doesn't happen to our offense. But 007 is right. The window of opportunity is there for the Steelers. The window of opportunity is opened, and it is continuing to open. And the gaps that we are making to be successful are continuing to open. So I agree with that statement. Big Ben was a hot QB. Kenny hasn't established himself as a long-term solution. Yeah, I mean, I can see why you say that because he hasn't played a full season of football yet, a complete full season as a starting quarterback. He needs that. And guess what? He's going to get that next season. So that being said, I think that we should be optimistic that he is going to be the guy down the road that we can rely on. Because Kenny's smart, you guys. Having a quarterback that is committed to learning and growing, someone that's really, 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 really bought into the program. I'm just happy that the guy has a good head on his shoulders, and we don't have Zach Wilson? We don't have a Zach Wilson on our team. Would you rather have a Zach Wilson on our team? Is that what his name is, right? From the Jets? That's really bad? No, we don't need that. Corky's research, not with Darnell Washington blocking and catching running people over touchdowns. Well, that's totally understandable. But yeah, did you guys hear about what Ben Roethlisberger said about the reason why they probably lost the Super Bowl to the Green Bay Packers? Did any of you guys see that? I thought it was very, very interesting facts that could make a lot of sense as to why we didn't win that Super Bowl. Did you guys see that? Did you guys hear what he said? Jared Devil, that is a great comment. Thank you for saying that. Kenny has been doing nothing but getting better every game that he's played. He'll take that second season jump. Exactly. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he signed up to do. It's just, I think that we are in a great position. Personally, I think we're in a great position. So, okay, so for those of you who don't know or didn't read into it or maybe are curious or just don't want to say anything, so I guess Ben Roethlisberger was in a basement right before the Super Bowl with his agents, family, friends, playing around, having fun, doing what dudes do. Barefoot on a wood floor. You got wood stuck in your foot right before the Super Bowl. Oh man, what are you gonna do? Well, there's not much you can do if you can't get the wood out, and if you can't get your foot feeling normal, what are you gonna do? Yeah, Ben had massive splinters in his foot during that Super Bowl. Why is it? I'm just curious why we didn't know about this. Like I know it's been a while, but I'm just like, is that something that like he really like didn't want to get out at the time? Like, what was the reason behind us not knowing this until now? Just curious. Not that it matters. It's a very interesting fact. I will say it's very interesting. I feel bad for him. I really feel bad for him. It just goes to show that like sometimes the universe puts you in position and like things will come along your way, and it maybe just wasn't our, I don't know, maybe that was just setting us up to not, I don't know. Yeah, Jared Devil says, I heard about the shuffleboard incident. Daryl Washington would fill the picket fence, and he turned down the 49ers. That is another thing, because he said he couldn't see himself not in black and gold. And I love that. I love that about him. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Ben Roethlisberger can do what Tom Brady said he couldn't. Tom Brady didn't stay with the Patriots and retire a Patriot. Ben Roethlisberger came in a Steeler and left as a Steeler. And that's what I like to see. And I think we all like to see that. Jared Devil says, if Gentry isn't back, then Darnell Washington would be a monster addition. We'll see. We will see. But I want Gentry back. Gentry was really good. He was really good depth that we had. Pittsburgh Johnny is so funny. You're funny. I'm a carpenter. I know too much about splinters. Yeah, not the best. They stink, I'm sure. Which Super Bowl, which opponent? Green Bay. Green Bay, the Packers. Yeah. So that was a little bummer to hear. Not bummer, but I think, no one likes excuses. I know we're all taught, like, excuses. I don't want to hear it. I don't care about your excuses. Just win. I don't want to hear your excuses. But, like, come on. Is that kind of like a valid excuse, do you think? It's not good. Definitely not good. Doesn't make us look good. Maybe one could argue that, hey, why were you just like sitting down and like resting your legs before the Super Bowl? But at the same time, stuff happens. Everything happens for a reason. We just weren't meant to win the Super Bowl that year. We all can take learning experiences from not the best situations. So let's see what you're saying right here. Ronald says, Mac, Steelers trade down from 32 to Raiders 38 and add their top 2 fifth rounders. Huh? And add their top. That's a good question. But I don't think so. I don't think that it's I don't know. I like what we have right now. I like our picks. What about you guys? What do you think? Do you agree with, what do you guys think? What do you want to say? What do you want to see? Are you okay with would you want to trade down to add 2 top 5th rounders? Yes or no? I don't know, but I did see something when it came to who we could possibly pick up in the draft. There is a I think it was, his name is Jervon Dexter. His strength and conditioning coach is the son of the D-line coach, Carl Dunbar. So there's a tie right there with Jervon Dexter and the possibility of him being a late 5th round pick for us because of those ties. This was another point or something else I wanted to talk to you guys all about. So it's probably good that you said this. Who could we draft with family ties? We all know we love to see a good family stick together. Last year we saw Connor Hayward get reunited with his brother. We've seen Derek Watt and TJ Watt get reunited together. We've seen Terrell Edmonds and Tremaine Edmonds together. What's next for the Steelers family ties move that we got? So let's just go right in it. Nate Herbig. Is that how you say it? Herbig? Nate Herbig? Okay, so Nate Herbig has a brother. His name is Nick. And guess what his position is and where he went to college? He's a pass rusher from Wisconsin. Now, who does that sound like? Who came from Wisconsin? TJ. Yeah, TJ. So, how cool would it be to not only have Nate's brother, but Nate's brother who went to the same program that TJ Watt came from? Exactly. There you guys go. TJ. You guys got it. You guys already know. So, how cool would that be? I think that would be awesome. I think that would be so cool. You guys know I love keeping the family together. I love it. Love it. Okay, who's the next one I got? So, last year we saw Cam and Connor get reunited. Did you guys know that they have a cousin? Shaka Hayward? They have a cousin. Could be a late draft pick. He says, Mac, please, Nick Herbig is not close to TJ Watt. Did I say that? No, I said they came from the same program. Would rather see them trade up in the first and get Gonzalez. Okay, so that's a good take. So you think that we should trade up. But Pittsburgh Toddy says trading down or up wouldn't be something to consider until the actual draft day. We don't know how the draft board will fall. And that is a really good point because we can speculate all day and we can say what we want to do, what we think we should do. But at the end of the day, nobody knows what's going to happen. Nobody knew that Kenny Pickett was going to drop at 19 last year. Nobody knew the first quarterback was going to come off the board at 19. Nobody knows anything. And this is why it's all speculation. And this is why we connect the dots. And if things make sense, we talk about it. And if they don't, then they don't. So, yeah, that is a really good point to make. Steelers Nation Australia says, Shaka, bruh. That would be cool. This would be great. Lucas Van Ness looks like TJ. That is a very, very good point. I talked about him last week, actually, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago. I saw his tape from the combine, and holy cannoli. That man is huge. And for him to learn under TJ, y'all, that would be super, super, super gnarly. Next one. No, I think that's it. I think that's all the family ties I have. That is, you guys, another speculation. OBJ. You guys saw the talks of a speculation about why it would be so bad for OBJ to come to the Steelers, right? You guys saw that? You guys saw how, what if OBJ came to the Steelers? Yeah, OBJ is great, but apparently he's not good with rookie quarterbacks, and apparently he's not good with young quarterbacks. Doesn't respect them. Doesn't respect young talent. Not surprising because it's OBJ, but I don't see him coming to the Steelers. I don't see OBJ coming to the Steelers. Did you guys see that? Like, did you guys see how there's just a bunch of speculation about where he's going to go and if he were to come to the Steelers, what that would mean for the Steelers? I personally, yeah, I think he's great, but it's like, does he have? Well, okay, I'm gonna back up a little bit. When OBJ went to the Rams midseason, came to the Rams, apparently he bought in. He bought in with the guys. He committed to winning with the Rams, and that's why he had the first touchdown, the touchdown in the Super Bowl. Like, I think that OBJ might be misconstrued as being a diva. In reality, he just wants to win. So I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, yeah, maybe it would be good for him. It could be a good move, but we can't pay him by any means. We're not going to be able to pay the man. But if we could, do you think it would be a disaster, or do you think it'd be cool to have someone like OBJ on our team, someone that history, winning a Super Bowl, what it's like to be on a really, let's see, OBJ's Pop's doing his best LeVar Ball impression. Real? Oh, I didn't see that. Is that a thing? Oh, that's so funny. Oh, Steelers Nation Australia says, no, get me away. No, OBJ. Yeah, I can see why people would be like, no, we don't want him on our team. Let's see. He says, I'd rather not. Rather than talk about adding Odell Jr. nonsense, I do agree adding vet wide receiver, mentor younger guys. How about Julio Jones? Great character guy. Julio Jones, I mean, he's been around for a while. He hasn't really made much noise with the teams that he's been with recently. However, he does have the name Julio Jones. Like he is Julio Jones. I love how you said, rather than talking about this OBJ nonsense, we have to talk about everything, you guys. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad. We just gotta talk about it. Just stuff's happening. People talk, and I don't really care. Just want to see what y'all think. So that is very interesting. Yeah, we can't pay him. It's not like we can pay him or anything. Yeah, like I just whatever with that comment you just made. I'd rather Jones and OBJ, but I don't think that happens. No, it's fine. Yeah, washed. Julio Jones is washed, you guys. Let's see. Penn State's Pro Day is in a few days. Interesting to see if Coach T and Con are going to be there. Very interesting. You know, they could not. They could already know what they want. They couldn't. That is definitely going to be something that we're going to talk about next week on next week's episode. But yeah, you guys, is there any? I'm out of talking points for today. We ran through everything. Let's have y'all ask some questions. What are you guys feeling? How do you feel right now going into next week? Just as we continue on this off season, getting ready for the draft. How do you feel? How do we feel? Are we happy? Indecisive? Do you feel like that we could be doing better? What do y'all think? I really want to know. Let's see. Draft the Michigan State wide receiver. He's a slot with deep speed. I don't have an opinion right now on wide receivers because of, I mean, yeah, I talk about depth all the time. Totally. It'd be so good to have a nice, good rookie receiver. But like we still have George Pickens, you guys. I can argue that he's probably one of the best. He's going to be one of the best in the league one day. So as nice as it would be to have a bunch of like awesome wide receivers, I'm very skeptical that we're going to draft a wide receiver with our first 2 picks. But that's just me. That's just my opinion. Who cares what I think? It's just an opinion. Steelers were in Columbus today. Yep. Mike Tomlin had dinner with one of the players. I forget the name, but I did see that the Steelers were in Columbus at the Ohio State. I hate that they say that. Sign Terrell Edmonds. I agree. And Pierre, we re-signed Pierre. Are you guys happy about Pierre's 1-year deal? What do you guys think? Oh my goodness. How do I feel about Miles Jack and the axe? When I saw that, I was like, what? Why? How? Huh. There's a reason for everything, you guys. Honestly, we lose him, we pick up others. It's fine. It's all in the game. It's all in the game. Whew. I am really getting excited, you guys. All this talk is continuing to get me excited for next season, obviously. Let's see. You feel great. I feel great too. I feel great, Ronald. You feel great? I feel great. The huge O-line upgrades will make life so much easier for Kenny as well as Harris. Yes. This is a yes, huge yes. Excited to see a healthy Calvin Austin, you guys. This is huge. We didn't get to see Calvin Austin last year. We drafted this incredible man and he didn't get to do anything because he was injured. You guys, how can you not be excited? I'm sorry, I'm getting so wound up right now. It's just so exciting to see. We didn't have these pieces last year. We didn't have two big O-line upgrades to add in there to help protect Kenny and open room for Harris to run. Harris is a dog. He's a beast. We all know what he can do. You guys, come on, let's get excited. And I say the same thing, Jared Devil. You got to put the trust in Khan, in the coaches, in Tomlin. They've been doing such a good job so far. Such a good job. In Tomlin, I trust. In Khan, we trust. With our free agent signing, we should be in good position for the draft, you guys. Yes. Everything I've been saying earlier. We are in a great position, probably the best position we've been in a very long time, given the circumstances, seeing everything that we've been through, seeing where we've come from. This is very, very good for our future. Very good reason to be optimistic. With Pittsburgh not retaining Sims, make you think Addison should be our first pick. Okay, that is a very good point. Really, really confused because I like Steve Sims. I don't know. That's something I'm gonna have to look more into and get generate an opinion about, because I've been seeing these talks and I'm just I don't know. I'd rather have, I don't know. Would I rather have men to protect our offense? Or I still have to think on this one. Pittsburgh Toddy says, I'm okay with Pierre. Don't forget the Steelers led the NFL in picks. Yes. What up, Claude? Claude, you're a little late to the party, but hello. Thank you for being here. Austin could be the fastest man in the NFL. What does anybody remember his what he ran in the combine last year? Because that would be a very interesting thing to note. Let's see. I like Jalen Warren better, but to small sample size, I do like Jalen Warren a lot too. You guys, we have look at all these guys that we got. Come on. What do I think about Bud returning? I say, hey, Bud, you want to come back? Come on back, Bud. I was actually sad last year when he left. It's also fun to say Bud. Hey, Bud. I'll be happy if he ends up returning. Will y'all be happy? Yeah, Jared Devil, I agree. That's why I don't have an opinion, because wide receiver is not our biggest need. We can totally get that in the later rounds. 1,000%. We need to focus on the things that we haven't really been focusing on the past few years in the draft. Oh, you guys, this is a really, really, really good question. Who is leaving? Dotson or Green? I feel like it could be Dotson. Poor man. Oh, made so many mistakes last season. It's fine. We all learn. Okay. Thank you, Ronald. Austin, he went a 4.2. Not bad. Really? Not bad. I bet. Oh, you say Green, but maybe both. I don't know. Corky says we should get 4 starters out of this draft. Maybe. I'm just sitting here thinking, like, where would the starters be going? But we should probably get some. I think by that statement you mean we need men who will be able to, who can start if needed. How about the linebacker out of Iowa, Campbell? Yes, I did see that we have a huge. Didn't we skip USC's pro day to go to Iowa's to see this guy? Because remember, I saw something about like we didn't go to USC's pro day, like Southern Cal. Is that true? I'm not sure. Yeah, so that was good. That was a good Thank you for looking that up for us. 4.2. Green could stay as a center. Jack Campbell is great. Yeah. Hands down. Whew, you guys, the sun is going down on the golf course here in Florida. I had such a great time with you guys today. Every week you guys come here, it makes me so happy. Just being able to talk about Steelers. So I really appreciate you guys being here, talking with me. It really does make me happy, and I hope it makes you guys too. Just being able to talk in a safe environment about whatever you want, Steelers, and no judgment zone, all positivity. I really hope you guys come back week after week, tell your friends, bring in more conversation. I love this. I love what we're doing here. So with that being said, guys, have a great rest of your week. Next week, maybe more things will happen. As I like to say, we'll live through the week. We'll recap next week. We'll see what else has happened. I didn't expect so much to happen in these past few weeks. I've always been like, hey, what are we going to talk about? Oh my goodness, there's so much to talk about now. So, this is so exciting. Yay. Okay. Bye, everybody. Bye, Jared Devil. Bye, Big Al. Thank you for coming. Bye, Pittsburgh Toddy. Later, George. Bye, Corkies. Bye, Ronald. Bye, everybody. If Steelers had a cheerleading squad, you'd be head cheerleader. Oh, Ronald, you're so sweet. Oh, that makes me so happy to hear. Thank you. Okay, you guys. On that note, here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Until next time. Bye.